Just wanted to share what I'm doing here with this countertop. It's the big piece, but just working on the little piece right now as a test run. Doing the sides first, and then this piece will go on top so that those seams face outwards instead of coming up. I think that'll look better. But all I've done is, I have another video where I built this actual countertop part. But put the glue on the face, put the glue on the laminate, let it sit for 20 minutes, and then rolled it on. I'm using this roller to push down on it really hard. And then once I have it on there, I'm having it hang off about 1/4 inch all around. Then I'm using this flush trim bit, just going around it. I was a little nervous with it at first, but it went pretty well. So you can see the sides went well, and it trims it really good and it doesn't scuff up the wood. But I'm just going to show really this last piece. It was just putting this top piece on. I'm going to walk through that just a little bit just so that we can see the process. The first step I'm doing is I'm just getting this cloth, microfiber cloth, to get the sawdust off. You can't get like every little piece off, but just trying to get it clean enough to put this glue on here. So a quick little run through, and then same thing on the laminate. You're pretty much good with that. Sorry if the lighting is bad. I have my little stand light to give me all the light that I need, because it's tough out here. But anyways, got this brush. It's kind of hardened now, but it's alright. And I'm just putting it on the wood. I'm kind of doing 2 layers on the wood because it kind of soaks it up a good bit, but then just 1 layer on the laminate. I mean, just wait 20 minutes after, do the second layer here, wait another maybe 10 minutes, just so that it's tacky. You don't want to like put your finger on it and it goos up. You'll be able to put your finger on it and then your finger comes off and it just feels tacky. So I'm going to put these the paint on both of these and we'll take a look. Also, if anybody has any suggestions with how I could do this better, feel free to comment below. I'm definitely not an expert in any of this stuff, just dude out here trying to figure it out. So I had someone comment in a previous video of an electrical thing I did that wasn't up to code, and I do apologize for that. Like I said, I'm not an electrician or anything like that, or I'm not an expert in the field. I'm just trying to make it work with just basic stuff and really as cheap as I can as well. And I know that a lot of people out there are as well, although it is important to be safe. But anyways, I just wanted to say that. Feel free to comment if you have suggestions on how I can do it better. Alright, we back. I don't know if y'all had the that southern style chicken nuggets or chicken sandwich from Sam's Club, but it slaps. That's what I had for dinner. Anyways, glue is set and dried. I'm putting my finger on here. It's tacky everywhere. Feels good and tacky all over the laminate. Got the glue everywhere. And then we'll be ready to go. Also, when I walked in here in the shed, it was shut. The glue fumes are everywhere, and it just kind of hit me. So if you're sensitive to that, maybe wear a mask or do it outside or something like that. But I'm a glue sniffer, so I kind of like that smell. But anyways, like I said, the shape of this piece of wood, and I wish I could have a better angle, I apologize, is a little bit smaller, 1/4 inch or a little bit more than 1/4 inch around. So this will be bigger as I cover it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have some pieces of wood to space it out, and we'll hit another take real quick. So I got these 2 pieces of wood that I'm going to put here, kind of just as spacers, so that I can take this laminate and I can set it on top. And it's not really touching it. So now I have the opportunity, to line it up the way I need to without really messing anything up like crazy. So I feel good. Yeah, I feel good and lined up. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to start on this side first. Oh! Sam, you scared me! My wife's videoing me. Alright. I'm back. Sorry, my wife scared me. Alright, so like I said, I'm going to start on this side. I know I'm all lined up. I'm feeling good. And it's time to just go for it. So I'm going right here. Laying it down. Laying it down. Pushing it back. Getting close. Taking this piece. I'm going to send it back here farther. Pushing it down. I mean, we're lined up. We're rocking. And I'm just going to all the way, full send. Alright. Now, next thing. This little tool right here. You got to push down. I honestly don't know how hard you have to push down. Sorry, that dog's barking. It's pissing me off. But anyways, it says 75 pounds for this amount of area. So I'm pushing down pretty dang hard. And I'll make sure I'm getting all the way to the edge. But I'm gonna push down pretty hard. Make sure it's getting the full contact area. And then really, once I'm done with this, I'm gonna let it sit even then to cure a little bit more, just to make sure that it's fully adhered, fully cured, and I'm gonna make sure I eat my greens. So I'm gonna go eat the spinach salad here in a second. But what's gonna happen is we're gonna come back and we're gonna use that flush trim router bit. We're just gonna go all the way around. Then we'll use the file to make it look good, and then we'll be done with this piece. We back. Got it glued on. Use the roller. It's looking good. Looking fine. I went ahead and tested it. Now listen, don't make the mistake I did. It's gonna be all right. But when I was rolling it, I rolled too far over. You see this overhang, and it cracked down. So just make sure not to do that. But then I went ahead and used the tool to just make sure it'll still look okay. And it'll all look fine except for that tiny little corner is going to bother me. But it'll be okay. Anyways, I want to get a shot just using the router bit. It really is as simple as it looks. But I did make sure, I didn't want, this thing's adjustable. So I didn't want to, expose more of the cutting tool than I needed to. So I basically kind of had it pretty close to the height of the laminate. So anyways, let me see if I can get a shot of that real quick. Alright, here we go. Like I said, it is as simple as it looks. You just want to make sure you keep that face flat on here. My workbench is kind of ghetto and wobbly, so if yours isn't, then it'll be easier. So you just kind of want to make sure you keep it like that. I'm gonna cut rest of this and then we'll get back. All in the midst of this, I just want to say, you may or may not be wondering why I'm doing it in here in the shed and then not after as it's mounted to the countertop. This I'm able to just mount on afterwards and it won't be a big deal. The other giant piece, I definitely am going to have to. Also, I got these little clippy tools. I think they're actually gardening tools. But they work real well for having to cut pieces off because I need to. Anyways, I'm just flipping this thing about. Be back. But I didn't get any of that dust in my Kroger brand seltzer. Anyways, this is how it looks. There are some edges. I got on selfie mode. This is tough. But there's some edges right here that are still up, but it's okay. We're going to get this, got this file. You can get a file set or just one file, and that'll kind of get the edges down. Here it is. You can see the edge looks pretty much good, but when I do this file, I kind of have it at an angle, and I kind of bring it over, just a little, just round off the edge a little. It just cleans up that edge, and then ends up looking really, really good. There's still some little glue pieces I'm going to get up with some acetone or something like that. But we'll get a final look when it's done. Alright, here's a final look at it. Hopefully, I think it looks good enough. I'm very happy with it. Looks like a good countertop. I do actually Now that I'm seeing, I need to clean up those edges. Those are just little pieces that are hanging off, as you can see right there. Probably get an X-Acto knife or something. And then that's the little spot that I had messed up, but it doesn't look that bad. And that's going to be on the side that faces the stove. So really, that's the side that people will see. So anyways, I hope it was helpful just to kind of see going through the process. And I know this is just a tiny little piece. The next one will be this big piece with that giant cutout of laminate. And hopefully I'll have a video just kind of walking through that process. Feel free to comment if you have any advice for me.